I went on a trip recently, and one of the places that I ended up going to was Put-in Bay in North Ohio. The reason I went to Put-in Bay initially was because they have... It's not the world's largest geode, because I'm pretty sure that's in Mexico. So it's like North America's largest geode, I think. It's a geode that you can stand inside.
Oh, okay.
It's really big.
Neat.
It's really big. And I thought it was really cool. I don't think it was worth how much money I paid to go in there.
They had an entry fee for the geode?
Yeah, you had to pay an entry fee to go in there. And it was like, when I say world's largest geode, and that you can stand inside it, because it says guided cave tours. So I thought
you were going into an actual cave.
I thought cave, because I've been in caves before.
Yeah?
I've been in a bunch of different caves. Some of them are huge. They're massive.
Yeah.
When I heard guided cave tours, world's largest geode, I was under the impression that it was going to be bigger than 3 broom closets. It was interesting to go in there, but it would have been more interesting if they let you, like, if they had just a guy that was down there to make sure that you're not fucking with the geode. If they just had a guy that was down there, so like you pay the entry fee, you go down into the geode, and then the guy's like, hello, welcome to the world's largest geode. This was discovered when they were digging for a well. And it's like, oh, it's really cool. It's neat. I like being down here. But they make you go down there with like 12 other people. So you're all just packed into this geode, and you're worried about bonking your head on every single surface that's on it. And it's like, because they haven't really done anything to the inside of the geode, the crystal that it's made out of has started turning green.
Okay.
And it's just like, it doesn't look as good.
No.
Anyway, so I was like, well, that was kind of lame. And I went there with my wife, and I could tell afterwards that she was just like, that was not worth it. You dragged me all the way here for this? That wasn't the only thing we went there for. I promise we didn't go all the way to Put-in Bay just to go specifically to this. Initially it was. Well, there was other stuff on the trip. But the entire reason we went there was for that. And it was really good. Like, the going there was really cool because we got to go on a ferry. Unfortunately, I didn't get to take my car onto the island, which I wanted to do. I like boats that you can drive your car onto. I found on Facebook Marketplace a while ago, I'm getting off topic. I found on Facebook Marketplace a while ago a dude selling like a 1953 landing craft, which is a boat with a ramp on the front of it that you could drive vehicles onto.
Just had one of those laying around.
He had a military landing craft, and he's got photos of him, like, with an RV parked on it. And it's just like, I want a landing craft so fucking bad. I want a landing craft so bad.
You can like things without possessing them. Ask train enthusiasts.
That face when you will never actually own a train. Anyway, we took a ferry to get to Put-in Bay, which was really neat. The island itself is really super cute. We had to rent a golf cart to drive around.
Oh, all right.
It's not that far. We could have walked it, but like, it's just take the golf cart. There was a thing that was there that was the Perry's Victory and International Peace Memorial.
Uh-huh.
And I had no idea this was there. What do you think that it is there for?
Perry's Peace Memorial.
Perry's Victory and International Peace Memorial.
It's a World War I monument. Perry sounds like it might have been a popular name back then. Early 1900s.
It is there to commemorate the Battle of Lake Erie and as a peace memorial between the United States, Canada, and the United Kingdom.
Yeah.
Because people don't remember that the Battle of Lake Erie happened.
Wasn't that more the 1800s?
The Battle of Lake Erie is one of the largest naval battles of the War of 1812. And it was the first time that the U.S. Navy got the British to surrender in a naval battle.
And this is before we actually had a powerful navy.
Yeah, very, very briefly after the U.S. was a country. It's named Perry after Oliver Hazard Perry, which is where the hazard in my name comes from.
Right.
I'm actually not joking.
I know you're not.
That's where the hazard in my name comes from.
I know, yeah.
I wasn't aware that Perry's Victory and International Peace Memorial was there, and it's actually really neat. It is the only international peace memorial in the entire United States park system. And at the International Peace Memorial, they have the world's largest Greek Doric column.
Oh.
It's quite large. It's taller than the Statue of Liberty.
The Statue of Liberty is smaller than most people think it is. But
it is smaller than the statue. And when I say it's taller than the Statue of Liberty, I'm including the Statue of Liberty and the pedestal that it stands on.
Yes. Which is a significant portion of it.
It's 352 feet tall, which is, I think, half as tall as the Gateway Arch in St. Louis. It's really big.
And you saw that on your way to visit the Geode.
No, we saw that after we visited the Geode, and it was way cooler because apparently we were there the day before the 213th anniversary of the Battle of Lake Erie.
Oh.
That was completely by accident. We got to see they did a reenactment of firing the cannonade and a deck gun from some of the ships of the time, which a cannonade is different from a cannon. They're classified by size. A cannonade is smaller than a cannon. Cannon is bigger. I don't know what the exact sizes are, but then like a deck gun is basically just like a very tiny cannon, I guess.
A deck gun and a millicannon is so much smaller. It's like 1,000th.
Yeah, it was really cool. I'm actually really glad that I got to see that. I had no idea that was there.
Nice.
The thing that was interesting about the Battle of Lake Erie is that after the battle ended, both the British Navy and the American Navy went to Put in Bay and buried all of the people that had died together. There's a war happening, but both sides were like, all right, well, we need to bury our dead, so we're going to bury them here instead of burying them in Lake Erie.
Right.
Because Lake Erie is
it's a lake.
It's a lake, and I think at its deepest, it's like, how deep is Lake Erie? Lake Erie is not that deep.
No.
That was one of the problems with the Battle of Lake Erie is they couldn't bring their full ships in there. Like the British Navy could not bring their full like gunboat ships in there because they would just run aground instantly. So everybody in the Battle of Lake Erie was using way smaller boats than they normally would. And then at one point in the Battle of Lake Erie, 2 of the British ships got stuck together, and that was partially what allowed Oliver Perry to secure victory, was because 2 of the British ships got stuck together, and they basically couldn't fucking do anything the entire time. Perry just came up in one of his boats and just started laying into them.
Oh, jeez.
It's really cool. If you haven't read into the Battle of Lake Erie, it's a super interesting naval battle.
I really don't know anything about this battle, but the way you talk about it makes me want to know more.
It's really cool. Yeah, 1913 is when they built the memorial, and I think at some point around then they moved the dead that had been buried to the Doric. They moved them to the Doric column, so they are all buried there.
Okay.
The crazy thing about the Battle of Lake Erie, or one of the whole thing is crazy, but one of the crazy things about the Battle of Lake Erie is that this specific area where they had the Navy was so small that there were American U.S. Army infantry that were operating the cannons on the ships because they didn't have enough sailors. They just like grabbed the army and were like, we're gonna get into a big fight out there, so can you come help, please?
Yes, 1812. The country was still in its nascency.
I had no idea that it was there.
Who knew history could be so amazing?
History's very interesting. And I'm not doing it justice talking about it, but it was really cool.
They should dedicate an entire TV channel to history, and then over time, transform it into something that obsesses over conspiracy theories instead.
The problem with old History Channel is that it was all just World War II.
Yeah.
They never did anything but World War II.
I always get Erie and Ontario mixed up, so I never know which one's which.
Erie's the one that Ohio set on fire.
Why would Ohio set Lake Erie on fire?
They didn't do it on purpose. They were just pumping a bunch of chemicals into it, and then the chemicals caught on fire.
Oh, that's right. What a St. Patrick's Day celebration that was.